What's the worst example of spoiled behavior you've seen from a kid? I work at this upscale grocery store where rich families shop. You see entitled kids all the time, but nothing prepared me for what happened last Tuesday. This woman walks in with her son, maybe 12 years old. Designer clothes, expensive sneakers, the whole deal. The kid is carrying the latest iPhone and complaining loudly about being dragged grocery shopping. They start in the produce section. The mom is picking out organic apples when the kid sees the samples lady offering free cheese cubes. He walks over, grabs the entire tray, and dumps it into his mouth like popcorn. The elderly sample lady, probably in her 70s, politely says, "Oh, honey, those are meant to be shared with other customers." This kid looks her dead in the eye and says, "My mom spends more money here in one day than you make in a month." But it gets worse, way worse. They move to the bakery section where we have this beautiful custom cake display. Birthday cakes, wedding cakes, stuff that costs hundreds of dollars. The kid starts pointing at different cakes and telling his mom which ones look disgusting and cheap. Then he sees this 3-tier wedding cake we'd spent 6 hours decorating for a pickup later that day. White fondant, delicate sugar flowers, absolutely gorgeous. The kid walks up and sticks his finger right into the side, scooping out a chunk of frosting. I'm watching this happen and I'm about to intervene when the mom finally notices. Instead of apologizing or disciplining him, she laughs and says, "Boys will be boys," to our baker who's standing there in shock. Our baker, this sweet guy named Marcus who's been decorating cakes for 15 years, explains that the cake was for a wedding happening that weekend. The couple had spent $800 on it. The mom just shrugs and says, "Well, make another one. We're good customers here." Like it's no big deal. Like Marcus could just snap his fingers and recreate 6 hours of work. But the kid isn't done. He starts walking down the aisles, opening packages of cookies and taking bites, then putting them back on the shelf. He opens a bag of grapes, eats a handful, and tosses the bag into a random cart that wasn't his. When we get to the meat department, he asks the butcher to cut him some free samples of the most expensive steaks. When the butcher explains that's not how it works, the kid screams, "Do you know who my dad is?" The entire store goes quiet. Everyone is staring. The kid continues his meltdown, throwing packages of lunch meat on the floor and demanding that someone call his dad to fire everyone in this stupid store. That's when the mom finally speaks up, but instead of apologizing, she asks to speak to the manager. She wants to complain about the poor customer service her son received. My manager Tom comes over, and this woman demands that we give them their entire shopping cart for free because her son was traumatized by our staff's hostile attitude. Tom, who's dealt with difficult customers for 20 years, calmly explains that her son damaged store property and disturbed other customers. He asks them to pay for their items and leave. The woman starts screaming about lawyers and lawsuits. She pulls out her phone and starts recording, claiming we're discriminating against them. The kid joins in, throwing himself on the floor like a toddler having a tantrum. Security has to escort them out. They leave behind their shopping cart full of organic groceries and storm toward the parking lot. Through the window, we watch the kid kick cars in the parking lot before getting into a brand new Range Rover. 2 hours later, the woman calls corporate to complain. She claims her son has dietary restrictions, and we refuse to accommodate his medical needs for free samples. She demands that Tom be fired and wants a $1,000 gift card for their suffering. Corporate actually called Tom to investigate. When he showed them the security footage, they banned the family from all store locations. The footage was so bad that corporate used it in training videos about how to handle difficult customers. The wedding cake? Marcus had to work until midnight to remake it. The couple never knew what happened. Tom paid Marcus overtime out of his own pocket and bought him dinner. 3 months later, I saw the same kid at the mall food court. Different day, same behavior. He was throwing French fries at employees and demanding free refills of soda he hadn't paid for. Some people never learn.